Yeah, so the cab area. I mean, one of the best things about this Adamo is the forward cab. I mean, it's so easy to drive this van. Automatic, automatic windscreens, automatic headlights, everything's there. It's like driving a car, really, big car, but it's all there. You've got air conditioning. Over here you've got all the controls for pointing at your head and the windscreen and demisting the window. It's got electric demisting on the windscreen. That's standard with Fords. It's got the little radio here. That is just the basic standard radio, but it works okay. You can hook it up to your phone with Bluetooth, or if you plug it into here you can hook it up with a lead. And the benefit of that, of course, is it charges. You've got 12-volt socket here. There you've got some controls here. I'll go through these first. That's the auto stop start there. So if you get fed up with the auto stopping and starting, you can press that and that switches it off. There's traction control modes there, and there's an eco mode, which I confess that I've not used. You've got the vent controls up here. You can point the vents in different directions. You've got this little device here. It's really for a phone. I think we tried originally to put our sat nav on it. It's not long enough for a sat nav really. Take a fairly big phone, so we've been using the phone plugged into there and listening to our tunes on what was it, Greatest Hits radio. That's the one. Sat nav. We've got the sat nav on a sucker mount there. That's our own Garmin Avtex Tourer 2 model. It plugs in here, little 12-volt socket there. Strange things about that socket there is it's permanently powered, so there's a danger obviously you can leave your sat nav permanently switched on and drain your battery. Anyway, I've left the ignition on so you can see the speedo, obviously fuel, temperature, rev counter, and lots of little displays here. Average fuel, trip odometer. What else have you got? Tyre monitor. It's got a built-in tyre pressure monitor. It tells you seatbelts connected. It tells you start stop. It tells you speedo. It tells you instant fuel, distance to empty, and average fuel. And it's been averaging 27.1 miles per gallon, which I don't think is too bad for an automatic motorhome. It's pretty loaded up. So these are all the controls. That's cancel for your cruise control. That's switching the cruise control on. Set it that way, reduce it that way, resume with that one. It's also got speed limiter, which I've never used. Radio controls. Over here is the for adjusting the manual, and there is obviously, I won't go into all the settings, but you can play about with all the different settings. Start, stop. Onto the blinds here. Now the side blinds here and over here are Remis blinds. They're the ones we're familiar with that just slide across. I don't know what they've fitted here, but this blind, this thing here, I just have to get Jenny to hold the camera here. This is a nightmare. It's got a position there, so I presume you can see over the top if you want to, but when you put it right up, and it's very fiddly to get in these little hook things here, there's a gap there. So I think it's some sort of third party thing that they had to fit because they couldn't find the proper Remis blinds. So I'm hoping if you do buy a new Adamo, you don't get this blooming thing. It's one thing in the cab I don't like. One thing in the cab I do like is this screen up here. This screen comes on when you're driving and you have to press that button. It took a few people to point out this wasn't on when we were driving, and you have to unlock it. Now I've got a little bit of video shows us how we learnt to unlock it. Jill Hurst,
yes,
I think,
yeah,
told us how to do it, so we cracked that. So that is really useful. If you've got an Adamo and this doesn't come on when you're driving, watch that bit of video. I think I'll stick it in here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Turn on the engine. Press the power button on the Vision track unit. Press the down arrow until the screen shows lock. Then hold down the M button. Press it till it says lock. Hold down the M button.
That should unlock the screen. I don't think it's doing that, is it?
I'm holding it and holding it. Unlock. Aha.
Unlock. Aha.
Right. Okay.
Scroll
so you've got
down.
to hold it until it says unlock.
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Well, that's it.
It's the select button. Pressing the select button to get channel 3.
Get to channel 3. That one over
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
All right.
Okay. Loads of adjustments on the seat. It's probably best to start this one.
Just Poppy, will you?
Yeah, I'm going to say in Poppy's seat here. This one adjusts the front of the seat, so we can bring her up a bit.
Looking cross.
She's looking cross.
Yeah.
And this pump thing here, which is quite difficult to do, actually raises the seat up. This one puts the seat backwards and forwards, and on the other side, which I can't show you, I think I can show you on here, can I?
Yeah, you've got the...
Yeah, so on here is the lumbar adjustment. Twin armrests on both sides. They're sort of a ratchet arrangement. You push them down and you bring them up to a desired height. Been pretty easy to swivel, yeah. I'll show you the swivel mechanism in a second. But yeah, nice place to be. The headrests work well. Actually work as headrests. You can actually put your head and rest your head.
The headrest, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lever here, and that allows the swivel to take place. I can swing me around. I don't know how much of this you're going to see, but you turn that, and then you can swivel. Well, I can't get back now.
Well, I suppose what I've noticed is, you know, when we've arrived somewhere, is you don't have a lot of that moving the seat backwards and forwards to swivel it round. You just get hold of that lever and it just swivels around.
Yeah, generally we've left this seat in its same position and just swiveled it round and not moved it, and that works quite well. The driver's seat a little bit more difficult because of the steering wheel here. You have to actually drop the steering wheel. There's a lever. Again, this is quite difficult to show you. There's a lever under here. Push that lever down, and then you can push the steering wheel down to its lowest position, and that allows you to get the seat round. Otherwise you can't get the seat all the way round. There's some occasional buttons up here. Occasional buttons.
Either are or there aren't.
There's some buttons up here which control the interior lights, usual sort of thing, and obviously you've got the rear screen up there. So I think that's it for the cab.
The only thing I was thinking is there any other adjustment in the steering wheel? Does it go up and down? And
yeah, the steering wheel goes up and down and in and out, unlike a certain other manufacturer.
yeah, so that's more car-like then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the cab, isn't it?
Yeah. The lounge. We'll start at the top here. Loads of shelves up here. There's corner shelves in there. It's my birthday, incidentally.
Never a guess, would you, from the multitude of cards?
There's the corner there. This van came with 6 different cushions, so there's a nice little cubby hole there where you can store the extra cushions that you don't need. There's also some map cubby holes here as well. Very useful.
One thing to mention actually is that previous Adamos that we borrowed, we've noticed quite a bit of whistling from this sunroof. But
yeah, they seem to have fixed the whistling noise.
yeah, we didn't notice any at all on motorways.
I can't confess that we've had this window open here because it's a bit of a way up there.
No, I don't think we've felt the need to, have we?
No. No. Just want to say about these blinds here. These are incredibly stiff for some reason. I've noticed this on, oh yeah, my neck. See what I mean? I've noticed this on a few of the Baileys. It seemed really stiff. I don't know if it's this surround here, or it's pressing on it or what. And it doesn't seem to have got any easier as we progress with our holiday. The same goes for this one. They are Remis blinds, and they've got the little clips so you can separate them like that, which is quite nice, but they do seem quite stiff. We've got the nice surround.
And this surround here is much better than I think the first one we borrowed.
The first one we borrowed had this sort of material up there, which I think was too heavy. It kept falling down. Oh, final thing with the cab as well, because you might notice it's got curtains here. The original van just came with curtains and no cab blinds, but not used them.
No.
Okay, so into the lounge.
Into the lounge.
Start with the sofas.
Yeah. Oh, I like these sofas.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we've got our covers on them. So, no, they're very comfortable, including the back. And the back's not Poppy's favourite because she can't sit on it.
No, because this is rounded, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's all rounded, so normally she likes to sit on the back of the seat.
But it has made her relax more, because otherwise, you know, she sits up there, sees everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, they're very comfortable seats.
They are quite short.
They are short, well, because of the fact that you've got the fixed bed.
Yeah. This is purely a two-seater.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit longer, but again, it's pretty much two-seater. Comes with these armrests. It doesn't come with a beaver.
No.
Both of these sofas make up into travel seats, and I'll show you some video of that. So let's have a look. Right, so there's a little door there so you can step into the compartment, so just unclip that and then that falls back. And it took me ages to figure out, but you actually have to push the button in. It's got a magnetic catch there, so that locks it out of the way. Alright, and then you turn this handle and the seat comes up. That there, it's got the seat belt on it. Okay, and the headrest. So having got the seat back up, you now need the base with the hard back on it, and it's got two securing clips here as well. You need that, and the other thing you need to do before, this is the second time I filmed this, is to remember to get the seat belt out itself. So yeah, there's a couple of clips here, on here, and that one clips down there, one clips down there, and this one clips like that. Push that back. Right. And the next stage is to get the seat back. It's got these Velcro straps. Put that in there. Make sure you get the seat belt around that, like that. It doesn't get trapped. Get the seat belt buckle in position. And then do these straps up. And the other one. There it is. Okay, come too close. That's it, and that's nice and tight then. And that's your seat made up. The seats made up, travel seats made up. We're ready to go. Well, look, the other side's basically the same. except the door can only fold inwards here because of the table. And we've got a catch to hold it in place. That's it. We get more leg room in this side as well. What do you reckon, Pops? There is huge lockers above here, a catch under there, and you can leave that up there, and there's a huge amount of storage in there.
They've been good, those cupboards.
Yeah, excellent.
Your TV's in there. I mean, we haven't used it, have we? But there's a TV aerial.
Yeah. There's also in this van, you might have just spotted it, there's an Avtex router. It's not a standard fitment, an Avtex router. It comes pre-wired, it says, for a router if you want to add one. And mainly Poppy's cupboard in there. Loads of room in there. Right there. Yeah, so table. This table has a little lever here, and you pull that lever up and you can twist it round. You can slide it forward, you can slide it back. You can put it over there, you can put it over here. But its party trick really is that you put this round that way round, pull this little support out, and you've got a huge table. You can use that for rummy cub or planning your conquest of Europe. Of course, the only problem now is access.
This is what we found, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you can move it a little bit, but really
it's a bit tight,
it's a bit tight. I think this table is too big for this lounge.
Oh, in that position, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Pops. Put that back.
I mean, the other night when we played Uno, we just left it like that.
I think we had it just like that.
Yeah, we had it like that. Two sat there, and
yeah.
It is because the sofas are shorter.
Yeah. The other party trick of this sofa is
Table? What sofa?
the other party trick of this table is you can lower it. And it's got like a, it says a travel position. But if you put it back down to about there, it forms part of the double bed that you can make up with the sofas. Now, once again, Bailey have failed to provide us with the necessary supports for making up the double bed, so I'm afraid we can't entertain you making up the double bed.
So I'm looking forward to that bit, won't we?
That's right. But it's partly with the table. Now, Peter Vaughan had the bed made up, so I'll put a link, and it's on my left side, isn't it? No.
Left or right?
It's one of those, that side. Yeah, I'll put a link to that so you can see how the bed's made up. Now, we did bring our own TV, and it just about fits in there with the sound bar, so it almost sits on top of that, and it's got this slide out bracket. Shall we show you it coming out? Catch here, and it does mean it's quite stiff, this, and you have to sort of get your finger out there, right, pull it out. And the whole TV comes out. You're going to have to go further back.
It's too high up for me.
We haven't used it that much, but it's way up in the air.
Yeah.
I think you're sort of, because this roof is so high, it's not ideal. Yeah, so the best viewing position is there. If you're sitting there, you end up with a real crick in your neck. The sofas are not really for lounging on, and if we're honest, it's not really a feet-up lounging area. There is a very nice bed, which we'll come on to very shortly. It's ideal for that. Just had to move all our coats to show you this. This area really has got a couple of hooks, somewhere for your umbrella, and this handle is illuminated, so that's quite nice. There's also an umbrella stand in the door. A bin on the door. This is a hardtail door, and the door has a cab door. the cab blind on it. Cab blind, a blind on it. And it also has a fly screen. So on the subject of the door, there's a couple of contacts here, and those contacts need cleaning regularly because they make the central locking work, and we found that they weren't clean and the central locking wasn't working. Other thing that needs adjusting is this hinge here. Seems to be too far over that way, and it's actually catching on the blind. Right, we'll start in the kitchen now, and two main sockets in the kitchen. It's worth adding there's no other main sockets front of that. There's no other sockets in the cab area at all, main sockets, which I think is a bit of an omission. A couple of light switches there. Got a more sort of less concertinaed blind there, but makes it easier to wipe down. We've got the new Truma control unit here. Probably just worth spending a little bit of time explaining how that works. So it's got an unlock screen. This is a touch screen, so you tap that, and then you've got all the things for the heating and the ventilation all in here. So room climate, you can adjust the temperature there. It's fast or comfort, he calls it. We've not really touched that. I mean, you could put it on 900 if you're on a low ampage site, but we've tended to vary between fast and comfort. Fast is really good for getting it warmed up in the morning. Obviously you can choose gas or electricity there. Go back to there. Hot water, equally simple. You can have it on faster heating, and that will speed it up, so if you forgot to switch it on in the morning, you can leave it on for 40 minutes and it will warm up. Choose your source again, 900 or gas or electric off, and yeah, so it says it's ready for a shower. If you want to switch it off, it took me a little while to figure this out, but there's a little off button there that would switch the hot water off, and then you want to turn it on, do that. Same with the heat room climate. If you want to switch it off, the little off button up there, that turns it off.
Oh.
Sorry?
What you can also do, because with the room climate, is put it on ventilating.
Yeah, so you can choose now with the heating off and the water off, is you can choose ventilating. So you've got to turn.
Yeah, it tells you you've got to turn it off, and that's the fan speed.
So you can put that on.
Yeah.
And that blows coolish air around the van, which is quite nice.
Which is nice, but because you've got to remember you've lost your hot water heating while that's doing that.
That's doing it. Yeah. I'm going to turn that off because it will get very noisy.
Yeah, just turn it off.
You've got an iNet app, so I've added my phone to that, and that allows you to control it. I'll show you that later. It allows you to control it via your phone. Notifications, and it tell you if there's any notifications there, and you can turn the whole thing off, which is really nice and simple.
Yes.
If you just want to switch it all off, just go like that, and it will say do you want it in standby, and there you go, unlock the screen, or do you want to turn it off completely. Yeah, and there's the settings. That's just general and the date and time. So it's really good, that.
A lot easier, isn't it?
I'm assuming that's coming on all the new vans.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. It was fitted to this one, but the ones I had seen previously had the old turning or pushy thingy in.
Yeah. The cooker, you've got this thing here where you can. I find this a little bit awkward. So they've got that.
That virtually doubles your workspace.
Doubles your workspace,
when
yeah.
it's down, obviously.
When it's down, yeah.
Yeah, and halves your workspace when it's up.
That's right. So I've gotten really well with this cooker. I've been really pleased with it. It feels well built. You've got 3 gas hobs. You've got an electric one which I've been using. It's been very good. I haven't used anything much in there. That's the grill. I think we did it first couple of nights, didn't we? Because you forgot the toaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then that's the oven. We haven't been using the oven shelves much. I've been using the grill pan thingy and just putting it on the middle one.
Yeah.
Just do
Well, it's
some
worked
chips
really well.
or something. Yeah. So no, I'm really pleased with this. These are nice and strong. These knobs, I haven't felt they're going to fall off like you feel with some of the cookers.
Mm.
So no, I'll give this 10 out of 10, this cooker.
Yeah.
Not a problem with it at all. Lights first time, you know, all that sort of thing. It's just this bit. Ooh.
That's it.
Right. The other thing we have used is the microwave. We didn't appear to have a manual for it, so...
No, I couldn't see how to use it, so we sort of puzzled how it works, haven't we?
Yeah, I managed to set the clock every time we've arrived somewhere.
Notice it's got no turntable in here, which is a breakthrough for motorhome kind.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about taking the turntable out. Yeah, see, it's just sort of basic. I mean, I don't know what Express does. I've used...
Quick?
Quick. Does it quick, but I don't know what it does quick. All I've tended to use is I've put something in there in our microwavable thing, and I've just pressed that for the number of minutes I wanted.
Right. Okay. I mean, this is an option as well.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally see this on a van straight out of the factory. They put this surround in here, and I just thought it was a little bit weird because if you look over here, there's just a huge gap.
Yeah.
Microwave behind it. Oh, blimey. It's all right, it was me. It was me. Thank you.
See, if you didn't have the microwave, then you'd have three
cupboards
two of those, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but these cupboards,
they're fine.
They're fine. No problem with them. They're closed. If you remember to close them, they stay closed.
Yeah.
What else you got in here? You got this, the cutlery drawer, which is quite adequate. And then this is where the gas bottles are, and that.
Yeah.
So you can't use that.
And there is some extra storage under there where we just keep the pans and grill pans and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other, because extra bit you've got is you've got this, and I found this very useful. It feels very strong. Some of them feel as if they're going to collapse on you.
Yeah.
But that is very, very strong.
Yeah. Put the coffee maker on that one, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we've learned, you just press on these things underneath, don't you now? To
you can reach them.
if you can find them, just to do that. Yeah. It's a lot easier. So now I'm making more use of that now. I know how to put it back down. Yeah. So now we've got quite like the kitchen.
There is a light under here as well.
Yeah,
which is,
that's right. Which you put on with that.
Yeah. So yeah, no, there's plenty of light in the kitchen there. Okay, there is no fan above, but there is a huge skylight, which is incredibly difficult to reach, even for me.
Yeah,
because of the tall ceiling.
With that, no. And the cooker seems to have a fan,
Yeah.
to cool it down after a certain time. Love the fridge freezer.
Yeah.
It's got this really nice freezer bit, so you can fit 2 loads of bread in.
Loads of Stella.
Loads of Stella and other things down there, and I tend to use that for salads down the bottom.
Yeah. We're not. There's a little crack in the thing there. Look.
Yeah, I noticed that when I first put something in there. Yeah. They're not in any of them. These shelves are not.
They're not designed for bottles, definitely.
No.
Okay. It is an automatic energy selection fridge. You press that, you see it's on A, and it will select electricity when you're on plug up, battery whilst you're driving along, which is really the ignition, or gas if you've got neither of those, and it will do that automatically. You don't need to worry about it, apart from obviously switching the gas on.
Yeah, I mean it's worked all the time. It's switched over. We've had no issues with it. We're really pleased with it.
Control panels up here. We didn't realise we have got a USB here. It took us a while to find it because it was sort of like that. I just thought it was like a 12-volt socket. Thought, ooh.
Yeah, there's 2, isn't there? That's the better one, isn't it? The one at the bottom.
Yeah, the one's a 2.1 amp and the other's a 1 amp. You're not going to charge anything on the 1 amp.
No.
That's the table controls there, and these are all the light switches all in one place for the lounge, and then you've got the control unit up there. Right, this is the Bailey's, I think it's called Seattle control panel, and you press that button and then you're into the settings. So the settings, you've got things like display, sound, notifications and firmware. This is where you fill the tank. That's currently on 30%. If you want to fill the tank, you press that button and it says filling tank. It's supposed to, I think it's supposed to stop when it gets to 100%. We had a bit of a disaster with ours yesterday. Got distracted. Poppy's fault.
Oh.
She wanted feeding, and it got to 100% and water came in everywhere. There's no overflow on the tank, so I think I'll just put me a little bit of video up there and explain that. Managed to overfill it. We've only done it once. It was on, we're filling the water up, 44% it got to, and then suddenly it was 100%. And what happens is the water runs down here. So you've got it all coming down here. Now I'm just going to have to leave that there because the water's just sort of, it's on a slight slope here. It's dried off a bit in here. But it's running down this sort of channel in there. Coming underneath there. There's electrics there as well. And you can see it's run through there. And I don't think it's run under there, but it's probably gone underneath. But you can see all that happens is that the water just overflows over the top of the cap and runs down the inside, runs into the garage and down through the floors. So battery select, that tells you whether you want the leisure battery or the vehicle battery selected. That tells you your waste level. That tells you your water level. Neither of these are ever accurate. That tells you external temperature, internal temperature, and the leisure battery current. The vehicle voltage, which is important, obviously you want to make sure your vehicle's got enough voltage, vehicle battery, and then back to the time display. I have to put the travel seat up to show you this. That's where the fuses are under there, and where the circuit breakers are as well. So that's tucked under the near side passenger seat. Also under here is the leisure battery. Okay. The charge controller and the solar panel controller are also under there. So if you wonder where they are, that's the only other thing to say about the kitchen is the kitchen tap slightly drips. We had this with our one, is it in that position it occasionally drips. I won't do it now.
You won't do it, well.
Right, time to talk about the shower. The shower itself is a fair size, at the bottom there, and it's a really nice sort of place to be.
Yeah, it's okay for that respect.
Yeah, the big drawback with it is that step, which for me makes it really difficult to use. Not impossible, but you end up with 1 foot here and 1 foot there. Well, I do anyway. 2 drain holes for the shower, which is good, but I do find that having that step there quite off-putting.
Well, actually, I've found that I can stand in that bit.
You can actually stand in that bit.
Yeah,
there.
I can stand in that bit.
Yeah.
So I've got used to it. I've adjusted to.
Yeah, I mean, you see the size of my feet.
It's your feet, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, feet just about fit in there, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a shame. I can't see that they can do anything about this shower, I'm perfectly honest. So if you're considering this fan, consider that, because that could be a big problem if you use the shower a lot.
I mean, the shower itself, the shower head, the controls for the shower, it's always very warm, it's quite powerful. It drains away very well because of the 2 drains. And I have got used to, you know, get myself around the door, which is another tricky thing because you've not got a lot of space.
No.
It's coming out, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
coming
really
out.
want to stand on that bit
No.
at the back because it's slippy.
There we go. It's got a clip here just to get it to work. Just to hold it in place when you're travelling. Okay.
So all in all, I've got on better with the shower this time than
Yeah,
previously.
All right. And it's got a hanging rail up there. I'm
Yeah,
always a little bit nervous of deploying because this will bang against that.
yeah, yeah.
Go on. Collected a few insects and things up there. I should clear that out. Right, on to the very worst thing about this van.
And it's this particular van.
And it is this particular van, not Adamo's.
Yeah,
What's happened is this floor here, can you just hold that up? This floor was supported at 3 corners by one of these. It's like a plastic floor support there, and there was one there which we sort of replaced with some blocks and wedges, and there was one there. When it arrived, we had one there, but not one. I can't remember now.
and it was on that was there.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
missing. What happened was I managed to step onto this thing and it broke the final support. What you're looking at there is Glyn's temporary repair. He screwed a block onto one of these stands, so at least got some sort of support for this thing here. Now, I honestly don't know why they can't hinge that or something. I mean, this is on a high traffic area, and that's going to break. Plastic will break with impacts on it. I know this has been at the NEC and people have probably been jumping onto this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably what's damaged it, but when it came it was already broken. We broke it a bit more. So yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah. 0 out of 10 for that, I think.
0 out of 10 for that. It means we've got to avoid that area, which means getting in and out of the shower and getting into the toilet is even more difficult.
And getting up in the middle of the night, I have to remember to
You have to step over
step
it.
over that. Yeah.
Right, moan over. Right, so this is the toilet door, and to make this into a washroom area, you close the toilet door like that, and you slide this panel along like that. So you've now got an area for washroom. So you've got the toilet and you've got the sink. There's some useful cupboard space under here. We've basically used for our wash bags in there. A little bit of a table of shelf area. Quite a big cupboard there for keeping your toilet roll. Things to dislike about this toilet is this shelf. Now they've put a little shelf here, which is, I suppose, is essential really, because most of us can't. It's such a way up there. It's very difficult to get on without a shelf there. I struggle with this. I'm sitting on the toilet. I've got nowhere else to put my right foot.
No, I found that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you try and have the toilet sort of straight, so you could put your feet on there, the toilet roll holder gets in your way.
Yeah. So you can turn it round. You put that back like that. But if you try and turn it round that way,
You can't, because it closes on you.
it closes on you. If you try and
So
turn it
it's-
a little bit further, no. Or even you can do it that way.
Oh, I haven't thought of doing that, but how do I get my feet in there?
Well, you put your feet in the sink.
All right,
Sorry.
I didn't think of that.
I think we're getting a bit facetious here. What I'd like to see here would be this panel come out a little bit further, perhaps to here even, so you've got somewhere to put your feet.
I think the issue is, of course, access to this, isn't it?
Yeah.
because that's lower down. If you were standing on the step there, you'd be too high for that.
Yeah,
so I can see that there's...
Yeah, but I mean, I'm stepping. If I step up onto this step, I can still use the sink.
Yeah.
The sink just needs to be a bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of talked about this amongst ourselves, mind the hole.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
You could have sort of like a step or something in there yourself.
Yeah, temporary step. Yeah.
And then you move that out of the way if you
Yeah.
want to get to the sink. But
Yeah, perhaps any of our viewers with Adamos can let us know how they get on with it. That would be useful. It is a pull cord here as well. The window here is of the non-frosted variety, so I tend to leave that closed. But other than that, it's not
a bad.
it's
I mean,
not-
once you close it all in, it feels like a nice washroom area.
Yeah, it's a reasonable washroom area.
Yeah,
And if you didn't have that problem there,
you'd have even more floor space, wouldn't you?
yeah, I think you can tell this is the thing we've had the most issues with, this area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is a shame because the rest of it I think is lovely.
yeah. Notice this little strip here is coming off as well, just a note that needs sticking down. Right, into the bedroom, which is probably the best area really. So you've got 2 steps, 1, 2 and 3 gets you up into the bedroom area.
And for me,
Yeah.
this is the best bedroom, single bedroom access for me that I've tried.
Yeah.
And we've been to various ones that shows some way, great big steps. that
Some
you've
are
got to
way
get
up in the air, you've got no headroom. Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been fine for me. I've had no problems, even if I haven't switched a load of lights on
Yeah.
at night, to get myself down here
Yeah.
and into the lounge.
Because your little feet touch the ground there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't have to get to the top step and then heave myself into the bed.
No.
You can even use this to sort of
Yeah.
prop yourself round.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've got to say that because
Yeah.
it's one thing that we've thought we want to have a garage.
Yeah.
We want to still have the single beds because
Yeah.
we didn't get on with island bed.
Yeah.
What's the access like? And this has been the best one that I've been in so far.
Yeah. So when they introduced the Bailey Adamo 75-4T at the October show, this was one of the things we really liked about it. There's a little locker here, and for us, we can keep our t-shirts and undies in there, and it's just so nice and easy to get at. And we didn't need the bed thing in the middle.
No, because then you're left with that great big mattress thing, aren't you? It
Yeah.
makes it more awkward to get in up the steps.
Yeah.
And what we've also noted with some others is that you can't get to the garage.
No, so it's access to the garage.
Garage
underneath.
is
You wanna
absolutely-
just show that.
Brilliant.
Right, so access to the garage. We've put the EcoFlow fridge in here, which fits quite nicely. I can just reach in and grab some food, or in this case, some beer or wine in there. Usual sort of things in here: barbecue, roll, a few chairs. My bike's in here as well. Got his bed. There is a light for the garage, and that's over there. It'd be nice if it's actually nearer here, near the door, but never mind, can't have everything. And it is a super garage, actually super garage. Great danger, of course, is overload in here. But, just so good to be able to have access from inside the bedroom, especially if you've got something cold in there. Detail here, this is coming off this thing. I think it's getting caught as things are getting put in and out of that. You've also got 2 cupboards at the back of the bed as well. Let's talk about these. They've got hanging space in them. I'll put my light on my camera here so you can see what's going on. There is no light in here. It could do with a separate light. But it is quite useful. It's not particularly long hanging space, so you're not going to hang a suit in there. But it is a huge area. It's almost the size of the garage, these 2 areas. Almost the same height as well. There's another one in here, a bit messier because that's where my clothes are. And under here is the Truma Combi 4E, I think it is. Yeah, so I've just cleared out some of the stuff here, get rid of this panel here. And there's the heater unit. These are very warm in here. Yeah, like I say, without a dedicated light, it's very easy to lose things in these cupboards. Right, there is space under here to get at it from under. This thing here lifts up. Now, the problem, I don't know if you can see it there, these mattresses are in two parts, two separate bits, and of course what happens is that this mattress, when people lift this up, they lift it up and all this mattress sort of business has got caught on these slats, and these slats have come off.
Yeah, yeah.
So these slats have come loose on both sides, and I think that probably happened at the NEC. It needs gluing and stapling. That it's a nice idea, but a bit of a pain to lift this mattress up. As you can see, to get under there, it's just as easy really to climb in through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the final thing to say about the bedroom is the bed lengths and dimensions. This bed here is 5'11", and I'm actually 5'11", so I do find occasionally my feet are pushing up against this door here if I don't get my head right up at the back. And for some reason Jenny's taken the longer bed.
Because I always have this.
Jenny
This
always
one
has
this
that
side. Yeah.
And Jenny's side is 6'1" by 2'9", so they're actually quite wide. You see with our duvets here, quite a gap, so we could actually get the wide duvets here.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I mean, what it needs, of course, is a second TV here.
Yeah.
We've got provision for it over there.
Yeah. Yeah, so a TV in here would be brilliant. I don't think we'd use a TV in the lounge.
No, probably wouldn't so
No.
much. No.
No. Okay.
Beds are very, very comfortable though.
They are. There's a little shelf up there. You can put stuff. There's a sort of a shelf here. Not really a shelf, but there is a shelf there. That mirror, to me, is pretty pointless.
I don't know. I suppose it makes it feel a bit more spacious in here because you can sort of
airy.
see reflections. I don't know, but
we've got some reading lights here, and they're 2-speed reading lights on and more on. They've actually got USB sockets on them, but neither of these lights charges anything. So,
no, don't seem to work, do they?
so I don't know what's wrong there. So do check your USBs work, because those ones don't.
It would have been good because you could plug it in there and leave your phone up on that shelf charging, but
I think someone else said when we did the initial look round here, what would be really nice would be a little socket unit there.
yes, it would. Yeah.
With USBs on it, or a mains socket.
Yep.
You could charge your phone, you could leave it up there.
Yeah, got a tiny little sunroof, haven't you, up
Yeah,
here?
it's not a huge sunroof. I think, again, this would be an ideal place for an air conditioning unit there.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the door that slides across, and it's got a strap to retain it in place when you're moving, so you can shut the world off if you want to be alone. But yeah.
No, the bedroom has been good. What would you give the bedroom? Like 9 out of 10?
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
and it's been a good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in conclusion, we really like this van. I mean, we've had a little bit moan about a few things that have gone wrong on it, but do like it. I like the driving. The lounge is okay. It's not the biggest lounge, but you know, it's a comfortable place to be. The bedroom's brilliant.
Yeah, I really like the bedroom, as I've said. The access to the bed up those steps. The kitchen, I got on okay with the kitchen, the cooker, the fridge freezer. Yeah, the little microwave. Yeah.
There's a few issues with the washroom area.
I think
really.
it's just it's the washroom area,
Yeah.
and if you want to tow anything with it, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the drawback. And certainly as we're coming up to 70, we've got to decide whether we're going to go for a 3,500 kilogram motorhome like this,
Yeah.
or we're going to stick and renew this C1 license entitlement now every couple of years or whatever it is. Not sure yet, but it's certainly a lot of advantage of a lighter van, a 3,500, but then you're limited with payload, which obviously this hasn't got a huge amount of payload.
Yeah, and and like I've just said, it can't tow much, can it? You could put a tow bar on the back, couldn't you, for a bike?
Yeah,
but,
it's
so
towing
you can't tow any sort of car, can you?
No, its towing capacity is 1,000 kilos, so any reasonable sized small car you're not going to be able to tow.
No. Yeah, what I was going to say is we've enjoyed the 3 weeks we've
It's
had
about
in
3
it?
weeks we've had it, yeah.
And
So
so we've had a really good test of it, you know, whether we'd like. Well, I always think with these vans when you borrow them that if you feel towards the end, oh, thank goodness they're coming to collect it,
Yeah.
then you haven't enjoyed it. But if you feel like, oh, we've only got 4 or 5 days more in this van, then you've really enjoyed being in it, and
Yeah.
it's the latter
yeah,
with this one.
there's been some annoyances, hasn't there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's had a rough time than most
Most vans
vans will have, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Really, where
Yeah.
it's been,
Yeah,
and it's been at the NEC with people in and out and whatever.
yeah.
But no, it's a very nice place to be. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think on that note we'll leave it here. And thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. Leave a comment, let us know what you thought, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Bye then.
Bye then.